Hey, this is Life with Sean Renee here, back for another video. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos on the way on period. This video is about Strange Neighbor. Let's watch the video.
Y'all, I've told y'all some stories before, but this one, oh my God. You know what? I'm gonna make this one part. I'm just gonna have to hear this. So there's this girl, and she told me this story from when she used to live in Haiti when she was younger. Her dad was in the US, but she used to live with her mom and her siblings in Haiti. And they had this neighbor, this lady, and she called her auntie because her and her mom were like really close. Like if she wanted to, she can sleep over her house to play with her kids. Like they were that close. And so one day she went over to their house to sleep over at her auntie's house. And, you know, she went over there, she was playing with her kids and everything. And then it was time for bed. And they were watching TV, waiting for themselves to fall asleep. And all of the other kids fell asleep except for her. Like, she couldn't sleep. And so she was just there watching TV. And at one point, she got thirsty. And at this point, she's thinking everybody is sleeping. So she goes to get her some water. And so she can go back to the living room. And since it was a sleepover, yes, they were sleeping in the living room. I used to do that too. We would all lay on the floor. It's so much more fun than you think. And so I don't know if you guys know, some of you guys may know, but the water, it's like the little packets of water. It's like a little plastic bag of water. So she goes to the kitchen, she goes to the cooler, she gets the water. And as she's about to go to the living room, she notices somebody standing in the doorway of her aunt's room. And she wasn't gonna really pay any mind to it because it's probably just her auntie, but it was just the way like the person was standing there. Eyes open, not blinking, staring into one corner of the house. And so she's like, "Hey, auntie, I thought you were sleeping." And she didn't respond. So she's like, "Auntie, are you okay?" And at this point, she starts to be spooked out. And so she's like, you know what? She's a Haitian girl that grew up in Haiti. She knows better. She's like, I'm not going to question anything. I'm just going to go back. And if anything, my house is right next door and I will go home. And as she's about to walk away, she hears this. Which translates to, they're coming, they're coming. Tell your mom and dad that they're coming. Out of nowhere, she starts hearing drums to go along with what she's singing. She doesn't know where the drums are coming from. She just hears drums that's going along with her singing. And at this point, she's scared. Yeah, she's terrified. And before she knew it, she starts dancing. I mean like dancing. Like the whole... And she's like all over the kitchen, dancing. So she runs to wake up the kids. She wakes up the kids. She's like, oh my God, something is happening to your mom. I don't know what's happening. Something's happening. And so the kids get up and they see their mom in the kitchen and they didn't even budge. They were just like, oh, that's just Giddy. And they tell her, oh, that's just the Loa that possesses her sometimes. The Loa that she serves, she'll be fine. Let's just go back to bed. She's like, what do you mean? Do you not hear the drums? And they're like, yeah, I just told you that's the Loa. So you just gotta ignore it. Let her do what she does and it'll be over sooner than later. And she's like, actually, I think I'm gonna go home. The kids are like, oh my gosh, stop being such a scaredy cat. She's not gonna do anything to you. Let's just go back to sleep. And they leave and they go back to sleep. Except she couldn't go back to sleep after that. Especially while the drums are still going. She is still dancing. And she goes to the kitchen. And y'all, at this point, their mom is naked. Like completely naked. Like birthday suit naked. Dancing, singing. And at this point, she really wants to go home. But she wants to call her mom. But she doesn't have a phone. But her auntie has a phone. But she can't use her auntie's phone because her auntie currently is possessed by a Loa. And she is not allowed to go outside by herself, even if it's to go next door. It's nighttime. It's Haiti. Like, she knows better. The kids aren't listening to her. The kids are just like, it's normal. This is normal. Y'all, at this point, she's screaming, dancing, and y'all know what she does? She goes in the kitchen. She gets the hot sauce. And if you know, it ain't no little hot sauce you get from the corner store. This is Haitian made hot sauce the peppers has been in that vinegar with the seasonings for months, probably. She gets the hot sauce. She sits on the floor. Mind you, she's butt naked. She opens her leg and she starts to pour the hot sauce on her vagina. Now, I have heard stories before when people catch Lua, they catch Gede, and they do that. Like, I've heard stories. My grandma has told me stories. I never actually saw it for myself with my own eyes. But when the girl told me that, I was like, oh my God, you experienced that? Like, I've heard stories, but I've never actually experienced it. This lady is pouring pure hot sauce on and in her vagina, y'all. And she doesn't feel a thing. She goes right back up to dancing like it was usual. And at this point, she said, fuck this, I'm going home. And so that's exactly what she did. She ran outside, she went next door, she was knocking on her barrière, which means her gate. And it took a while because there's the gate and then there's the actual house and the front door to the house. Her dad heard her knocking on the thing. He came out, opened the gate for her. She's terrified. She's crying. She's in tears at this point. And her dad is like, what happened? And she explained to her dad, like, what was happening. And her dad is like, oh, okay, well, let's just go to bed. We'll take care of this tomorrow. Come to find out, y'all, she does this all the time, for real, like the kid said. Even with the whole pouring the hot sauce on her vagina, she does this all the time. And she does not feel it after she does it, but she does feel it when the Lua leaves. When it's just her, she feels that burn. That infection came. But at the same time, it's not her that was doing it. She pays for the price afterwards. Sometimes she'll even go to the hospital because of how bad it gets. And for some reason, she wasn't allowed to go over there anymore. Every time she would ask questions, like to her parents would never give her an explanation. But they were still close, like they still spoke and everything. Their parents still spoke. She just wasn't allowed to go over there anymore. So I'm assuming she wasn't supposed to see that. And her parents knew dang well what that lady was up to and what she was doing. But yeah, y'all, oh my God. Like, I've heard stories about this before, but when she told me that, I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, there's people out there pouring hot sauce in their vagina. If you like this story and you have your own crazy ass story that you want me to tell, go on my Instagram, make sure you're following me, send me the story as a voice message, and don't forget to click the link in the bio and get my merch. And of course, thank you to the ones that already ordered. I love you guys' support. I'm gonna have better merch coming soon, but I just want to see how you guys do with this one first before I start giving y'all the good stuff.
That is crazy how the kids were like, yeah, just go back to sleep. This is normal. My mom does this all the time. Now me, I've been out. I gotta go. I don't know what you think about this video. Comment below. More videos on the way. This is Life with Shawn Renee, and I'm out. Bye.